We watched Matt Diavella's daily affirmations video, and we definitely have some thoughts about it.
But mankind won't be destroyed.
First, give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
Matt, we love your videos. We love the action you take to expand your comfort zone, the awareness you have about yourself, how you try to keep peeling back that layer of the onion and developing that awareness. But this video really got to us.
It did really get to us. And the main thing that stood out to us towards the end, Matt said that he's not into this woo-woo spiritual stuff, which is about finding your truth as opposed to the actual truth.
The actual truth.
And we have recently had extensive conversations about where we want our channel to go, what the main theme of our channel is, and we even changed our channel banner, and it says exploring our truth on
Our
it.
truth.
When he said about finding your truth against the actual truth, he was talking about he likes things rooted in science. You know, he likes to have evidence of things working, and I totally get that.
Absolutely.
I understand that, right? A lot of people are like that, and it does something, right? If there's evidence that it works, you're more inclined to try it.
If there's proof in the pudding, you're definitely more inclined to be like, okay, if this has worked for so many people, then why wouldn't it work for me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
My personal issue with him kind of putting down finding your truth is that I don't think he fully understands what your truth means. From how he put it across, it seems that he thinks that finding your truth is woo-woo, as he puts it.
It's woo-woo, yeah.
But finding your truth is finding what makes you happy.
Yeah, what makes you tick, right?
Yeah, and it's funny that he sounds against finding your truth as opposed to the actual truth, because he is someone who is living his truth. He's a filmmaker. He loves making films. He loves doing YouTube, and he loves sharing his experiments with people. And that is admirable, right?
Yeah,
because
so
he's chasing his dreams.
Yeah, he's definitely living his truth.
He's living
right?
his truth, right? He's doing what makes him happy. So he's contradicting what he's actually doing with his life and what he believes.
Yeah.
Right? Another thing with that really stuck out for us was that he's closed-minded. And that might sound harsh because
it does sound harsh, but it's true in a sense, right?
Yeah, he's obviously open to trying a lot of things because his whole channel is basically those 30-day experiments, trying new things, seeing what works for him, seeing what doesn't, and tweaking things to his own personal preference too, right? So he's open to trying things, but he's not opening himself to experiencing those new things fully, right?
Yeah.
And a quote from him was, "Heading into this experiment, I wanted to hate it. I had a bias going into it. I thought daily affirmations were dumb."
Now, this is what struck me the hardest, because when I think about this, he's already setting himself up for a failure.
Yeah.
Because with his attitude, right? His attitude going into this is that he thinks it's dumb.
Yeah.
He believes that it's dumb, right? So when you have that attitude and you try to start this process of a daily affirmation, which really is uncomfortable, right?
Of course it is.
It's
yeah.
uncomfortable. But if you're going into this action on a daily basis thinking it's ridiculous, you're going to have that association with it already. For me, that's the wrong way to go about it.
Oh, yeah, completely.
You have to be open for things to work in your life, right? So if you go in with an attitude that, you know what, this may work, this may not work, but I'm going to try it. I'm not going to label it. I'm not going to say that, oh, this is ridiculous, this is silly, and I do it and I get some results, then I think I gave it a better shot than how Matt went about it.
Yeah, because even though he admitted to himself, he was aware that those were the things that he thought about it going into it. If he had, like you said, had just let go of all of his assumptions and his expectations and gone into it completely neutral, which obviously isn't easy to do because we all have biases and we all have our perceptions of things.
Yeah.
But if you go into it as neutral as you can, he even said that he got stuff out of it, right? And he recommends people to try the daily affirmations.
Absolutely.
He saw a difference in the end. But if he'd have gone into it completely neutral, not with that bias, not thinking that it was dumb, and just going in and thinking, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
he probably would have got 10 times the amount of value from it.
But it's awesome that he tries it. You know, credit due, right?
Yeah,
like he's trying a new thing, right? He's getting out of his comfort zone. He even admits that he has a very limited comfort zone, right? And for him to try to expand that, like, it's admirable, right?
Oh,
it's
yeah,
admirable.
completely.
I love watching him try new things and getting out of that comfort zone.
Yeah, I love that as well, because he's also built such a huge following. His audience is over 3 million on YouTube alone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he could be putting these daily affirmations in front of people who have never even really heard of them, or not really sure what they are, right?
Exactly. And we have heard what they are, and we've dove into daily affirmations kind of in a totally different respect. Initially, I started, and I think you started, with audio.
Yeah.
So like, there's a couple of people on Insight Timer and on YouTube that we listen to that have daily affirmations, and you listen to them, you kind of just feel them, and then you go about your day.
Yeah, and it's just a string of affirmations like, I am powerful, I am strong, whatever.
I am
right?
unstoppable.
Yeah, that's a personal favorite. But that's, exactly. That's how we started. And I think as well, the way that Matt went about these daily affirmations is an advanced way, in our opinion.
Yeah,
anyway.
because I personally haven't like written myself out a list.
No.
Stood in front of the mirror and been like, I am beautiful. I am this. I haven't done that. I've used daily affirmations in a totally different sense, right?
Yeah.
I've done the audio. I say them out loud throughout my day. And then I've done it where you write them out. It's almost like, you know, when you get in trouble in school and you have to write out lines. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. And then you just go, I am beautiful. No, I didn't cheat like that, but that's what it feels like. There's different ways to do it. But the way Matt went about it, I haven't tried, so I'm actually curious to try his way.
Yeah, I am curious as well. But then it's also, right, the fact that we are familiar with affirmations, and we haven't tried the way that he did it because, as we said, it seems more advanced, and we've started with audio and written, and like you said, Alex, kind of saying an affirmation here and there throughout the day, like, I am unstoppable, just to like give yourself that boost.
Give you a boost. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
so we also want to put on the radar that there are different ways of doing things, right? Daily affirmation, if this is what you're taught is a daily affirmation, so like Matt did it, writing it out, saying it in front of the mirror every single day, it seems too rigid for me personally.
Yeah, because Matt does like his systems. Matt does like his okay, this is my habit that I'm going to do. So I'm going to get up every morning and I'm going to read something at this time, and then I'm done with it, right? And for us, we more like to have tools in our arsenal. We like to have something that, you know, if something's going on in our day, we can be like, oh, affirmations, let's go. Because I feel like I have fear, or I have something that's holding me back. So I know that this is another tool I can use to help change the way I feel, right?
That's it. You said that perfectly. It's a tool, right? And I think, as we said, Matt is about his systems. He's about optimizing his life. He's about productivity, and he's that part of self-development. That's what his channel is about. That's what he puts across. And he's even said it in several of his videos that he's not into the woo-woo spiritual side of self-development, right? And each to their own. He even says that in the video as well. But for us being woo-woo spiritual people, we wouldn't say it that way ourselves.
Yeah.
We know and understand that the woo-woo spiritual stuff, as you said, they're tools, and as humans, we're constantly changing and evolving. Our emotions are changing and evolving.
Yeah.
Things around us are changing and evolving. So you can't always put a habit and a system in place to deal with things, because that's just not how it works.
No, it's like with life, it's up and down. So like maybe affirmations will work for me for this week, you know, but maybe I need to meditate more. Maybe I need to walk outside in nature more. Like there's different things throughout my days, my weeks, my months that are gonna work better for me. Right?
Exactly. And you have to have that flexibility. You have to have that level of awareness, which Matt has. He's very aware.
Very, yeah.
You know, he can identify that he's in a slump, that he's not motivated, and he's questioning what he's been doing with his life, right?
Yeah.
So He's aware, and to be able to identify that is a huge step, because a lot of people can't identify where they're at emotionally, right? So that's great, but it seems like he doesn't have that flexibility to explore how he feels, to figure out where it comes from, to find something that he feels will work for him in this moment. Because like we said, affirmations might be perfect for you today. Tomorrow you might be like, no. Really, that's just going to do more
I do
damage
not believe
than
anything I'm saying.
Exactly.
Deal, right?
So, and yeah, we understand that it's great to have these systems and to build these habits and to have the discipline that Matt has, right? But those systems aren't going to work when you're an emotional wreck, right? You have to be kind and gentle to yourself and give yourself that freedom and flexibility to explore things.
Well, you got to explore things, right? What can you do in order to get out of that funk, right? And it takes work and it takes that awareness, but it's nice to have different tools. And when we talk about this woo-woo spiritual stuff, it's really like, I can identify with how I feel, but how can I change the way I feel? Like, how can I get from here to here, right? Like, I like feeling good. I'm not going to feel good all the time. Life is up and down.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But if I can keep that wave from being so dramatic, right? I don't want to feel really low and I don't want to feel really high. I just want to be in the middle somewhere with some inner peace, right?
Yeah.
And if I can have that inner peace by using these tools, that's where I want to be. I don't want to crash, right? And this helps me. All these different tools help me from crashing.
Same. So we felt really compelled to make this video, right? As woo-woo spiritual people, we wanted to share our side of how Matt presented this. And not even just this video in particular. It was just this video that caught us. Yeah. And as we said, he's not about the spiritual woo-woo stuff, the stuff that's not grounded in science, and he's not about finding your truth. He's about finding the actual truth. Yeah. And where I think that comes from is, and he even said it in the video, it's caring what other people think.
Yeah, he even suggests doing these affirmations when nobody's around.
Yeah, which I totally agree with, because obviously self-development, it's called self-development. It's personal, and
right?
You know what? No one else really needs to know what your journey is. You can keep it private and you can keep it personal. If you get into the woo-woo spiritual, you don't have to shout it from the rooftops, you know?
But it's having a sense of like, I'm not going to care what other people think of me. Yeah,
and that is your truth. That is being true. It's being true to yourself, right? It is listening to how you feel. It is identifying how you feel, where it's coming from, and finding those ways to make yourself happy. What is going to give you happiness and peace in life, right?
Yeah, that's what it's all about, is finding that inner peace, right? This is our actual truth. What our actual truth is finding happiness, is finding that inner peace, right? And if affirmations work, or if journaling works, or if meditation works, if whatever the recipe is, everybody has their recipe, you know? Whatever that recipe is, that's your truth. Yeah. And that's what's going to bring happiness. And that's what we're all about.
Worrying about what other people think is half of the battle, right? If you can get past that, then you can open up a little bit more and think, all right, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to give this a go. And I'm just, like we've said, go into it neutral. Yeah. No expectations. And just see what happens. That's kind of the message that we want to get across, right? It's to just be more open to things, because you never know what you're going to find that's going to give you that peace and that happiness and that joy.
Yeah, exactly. Try to have a positive attitude going into whatever you're going into. Be open to a new experience.
Don't limit yourself.
Yeah, and just go. Take the action and try it, right? I think Matt does a really great job of taking action and trying new things, right? That's why we like watching him, because he's always trying something new, right? But it's having that attitude and that openness when you go into those actions in order to have a better experience.
Completely. So to conclude,
Matt, we love you.
Be more open.
And do what makes you happy.
Ciao.
Ciao.